Hey everyone, welcome to HDpiano. Joe here. Today, a new one, Naeem by Bon Iver. This is a beautiful track, and we're going to be learning 4 chord progressions that make up a big chunk of this, starting with chord progression A, all the way through to D. This is chord progression A. A 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and a. That's chord progression A, now to B. And now to C, a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. And finishing off with D. 2, 3, 4. There we go. So, all fairly similar, as I'm sure you realised, but very rich and very pretty. I love one of the chords in there. We'll talk about that in a second. This is C, as in middle C, not just any old C. And this piece is in the key of C major. Quick question for everybody. I used to call Bon Iver Bon Iver. I got it wrong. Someone corrected me. They were right. I was wrong. Who else has been in a similar situation where you've got an artist's name wrong for a duration of time? Doesn't need to be for necessarily years. I probably wasn't calling Bon Iver for years. Who knows how long it was. But who else has got artists' names wrong in terms of how they are pronounced? If you're willing to admit such humiliation, I'd like to have your answers in the comments, please. And you're going to have to somehow work out how the words are pronounced and put that into text. You know how it goes when you look at dictionary entries and it's got the pronunciation of the words. Maybe you can have an effort at spelling out the incorrect pronunciation of whatever your artist may be. Bon Iver, for example, is not Bon Iver, apparently. So, C major is our key chord, is our key signature, and here we are. We're in 12/8 today, which means we are counting 4 compound beats, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. That's dramatically slowed down because it's actually 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. That's the actual proper speed. But what we're doing with those compound beats is we are basically having a beat. There's 4 of them in the bar, but within each of those 4, there's 3 others. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Okay? So compound beat 1 is where we start. And we play C second inversion in our right hand. And we play C in the left hand. And we go 1 and a 2, 3, 4. So we go from C to D minor second inversion like that. And that again. A 1 and a 2, 3, 4. So coming in on beat 1 and with our next chord. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2. And that's what we do basically the entire track. That is our rhythmic pattern. 1 and a 2. Let's move on. 3, 4. We hold it for 2 bars basically. 2, 3. And then the next bar starts. This is bar 3. 1 and a 2. Same rhythm. But this time we've got a grace note that takes us to our C in the bass. And that's a B. Down. 2 on beat 1 and a G major root position with B in the bass, so it's first inversion overall. So 1 and a 2, just like that. Again, 1 a 2, 3, 4, and you hold that for a similarly large amount of time. Again, 1 and a 2, 3. Let's move on now. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next bars, 1 and a 2. So what we're doing there, we've got some grace notes from A, B flat to B, which I was doing chromatic fingering like that. So it should actually be like that, but I just like going to my 2. Like that. So on compound beat 1, 1 and a 2, and then down to F first inversion overall, because we've got A in the bass. Even though we've got root position up here, it's cancelled out by that A. 1 and a 2, just like that. 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2, just like that. 3, 4, and then this perfectly placed F add 2 chord. You've got to love that chord. It's basically root, 2, 3, and 5, and that just fits so perfectly there. It's beautiful. Proper speed. Like that. That was a bit fast actually. Like this. Like that. That's so sweet. It sounds like that F here is unresolved, and it just goes there for a resolve. That's like a beautiful resolve. A reason to be alive resolve. Anyway, then we go to C first inversion in both hands. So we've got the 3rd degree at the bottom here and there. And that's 1 and a 2. And then on beat 1 and a, we drop to D minor 7. No 5th note. Just root 3, 7. And that's minor. And so is that actually. So it's D minor 7 overall. 1 and a 2. And that's chord progression A. 1 and a 2. Couple more times to that. 1 and a 2. Last time. And you hold that for 1 and a 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now chord progression B is almost exactly the same for large chunks, so let's zip through those bits. 1 and a 2, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2. And then here's where it changes. We go 1 and a 2. That's the only change. So instead of going 1 and a 2, where we play just F, this time we actually include the major 7. So it's like F major 7 3rd inversion, not root, not 1st, not 2nd, but 3rd, and play down here. So that is same grace notes, 1 and a 2, like that. 1 and a 2. That's the only change in chord progression B. 1 and a 2. Last time with that. 1 and a 2, 3. I don't need to show you the rest because it's all the same. Just want to play that beautiful chord again. Now we go to chord progression C, which is again very similar. 1 and a 2. Now this is again the bar where the change happens. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. On beat 3, we play a dotted half note. 1 and a 2, 3, 4, just like that. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2, and that's it. 3, and you know what? Let's hear that lovely chord again because it comes straight after that. Oh yeah. And then chord progression D is different because the left hand does octaves, so it's like 3, 4, just thicker. And there's no grace notes. Grace notes tend to go when octaves are involved. They're very hard to do when your left hand is preoccupied with octaves, or your right hand for that matter. So that's C second inversion with C in the bass. 1 and a 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then C octave in the bass. 1 and a 2 to B octave in the bass. Those 2 bars. Let's go proper speed. C D, a C B. One more time with that. A C D, a C B, and then a B A, F, and then after that we don't actually play octaves anymore. It's all exactly the same as what we've done. Just single notes. So let's look at the first half of that, second half of that chord progression D. 1 and a 2, 3, 4, and then lovely. 1 and a 2, 2, 3, and then 4, and then... Oh man, rarely does a chord have such an impact. I did a Minecraft track called Sweden, that's got a similarly well-placed chord in it. Nothing particularly sort of like exotic, it's just well-placed. It's like having a really decent, simple meal. But in the form of chords. Right, that's how we do it, everyone. That is it. That's our first video. Chords A, B, C, and D. There's only one other video after that where we're going to play around with some more chords, but in a slightly more sustained fashion. Let's hear that all again. So chord progression A, B, C, and D. Starting off with A. 3, 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a... Now chord progression B. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now chord progression C. 3, 4. And then to D to finish us off. 2, 3, 4. And that's how we end this video. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Head on over to HDpiano.com to learn the remaining parts, of which there is only one, and then the whole song video. In that whole song, I'll explain where these chord progressions go. It's not particularly complicated. In fact, it's probably one of the more simple tasks you'll do today. And yeah, if you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, answer my question. Who have you been mispronouncing the name of for all these years? I'll give you another one. I used to call misled youth, misled youth, and I literally did that for like 20 years. And I'm not sure why I did that, because there's no such word as misled, but there's definitely such a word as misled. So, I mean, maybe I wasn't, at that time, read enough, as in, my vocabulary was low. But anyway, enough battering my vocabulary. This has been Joe at HDpiano. See you on the next video. Bye for now.